Pen pals, have you seen Beetlejuice 2 times? Let's talk about it. Who did it better? Shannan E. Johnson, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. Okay, so the original Beetlejuice is a dark comedy that is filled with heart, has very clear goals, very clear stakes, and it's decently structured, right? You watch the film and you understand that this all-American couple dies suddenly, and they are trying to figure out how to work the afterlife. But they're in their home that they really, really love, and a new group of people move into the home, the Dietzes, and they're kind of tearing it up and turning it into their own thing. So the ghosts want to get rid of them. That is the goal. In order to do so, they ask Beetlejuice to help them. Beetlejuice becomes an ally by actually helping them, but also is a little bit antagonistic because he wants to marry the Dietz's teenage daughter in exchange. So when our couple, our ghosts, are actually in trouble and it looks like the Dietzes are trying to kill them during their seance, the daughter, Lydia, goes to Beetlejuice, promises to marry him if he'll save the ghost. He saves the ghost, but then eventually the ghosts have to save Lydia from him. Simple story. We know who we're caring for, we know who we're rooting for, and we know what we're rooting for. Now, Beetlejuice 2 times. What is going on? What is happening? What I will say is it seemed like they really tried to lean into the disgust factor, and maybe I just grew out of it. But I went back to watch the original Beetlejuice after I watched 2 times, and I wasn't disgusted. Okay, there were moments in 2 times where I was like this. Like, I don't want to see it, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just talk about the story and talk about why I wasn't invested. And, you can let me know if you were having these same feelings. One, Lydia didn't have any social proof. In the original Beetlejuice, we see her see the ghost. We understand that people are not supposed to see ghosts, but she can see ghosts. In 2 times, we meet her and she is the star of this TV show where she's supposed to see ghosts, but we don't actually ever see her see the ghost. Her fiance thinks that she can't actually see ghosts, and her daughter thinks that she can't actually see ghosts because her father was lost at sea and is dead. And if her mother can see ghosts, she should be able to see him, and she can't. Now that makes a lot of sense, right? I shouldn't be on the daughter's side. Why? Because this is a sequel, and I know that Lydia can see ghosts. But I only know that if I saw the original, because they don't give me any social proof of that in 2 times. Okay? So I too am going, well, why can't she see the man? Now, according to the rules, which are all over the place in 2 times, according to the rules, if she can't see him, then he's probably not dead. But guess what? He is dead. When they go into the afterlife, that's when Lydia and her daughter are surrounded by dead people, including the dead husband/father, who still has fish in him that are moving. Like, I get it, suspend your disbelief, right? But are the fish dead or not? Now, the frustrating part about that is we don't learn why Lydia can't see him. And we also learn that the daughter has the same gift as Lydia. So I'm going to go ahead and give it away. Spoilers, because you ain't missing nothing. Lydia gets a little boyfriend, and the little boyfriend is actually a ghost. Okay. And the little boyfriend wants to trick the daughter into going into the afterlife so they can switch souls. Okay. So that he can be alive and she can be dead. So she has inherited this trait of being able to see dead people, which means she should have been able to see her daddy too, according to the rules. But I digress. There was also this storyline with Beetlejuice's ex-wife. She's supposed to be our antagonist. She's supposed to be the bad guy. She's supposed to be who we're afraid of. But can somebody tell me what she wants? We get a flashback. She married Beetlejuice. When she married Beetlejuice, she also poisoned Beetlejuice to kill him. Okay? Now, we meet her at the top of the movie. She gets put back together. Literally, her limbs get put back together. And we learn that she has a power, which is to suck the life out of the dead. Now, none of the other dead people have powers like this. You know what I mean? Like, the dead people can turn themselves into like different shapes and sizes to scare people. But outside of that, they don't have any powers. Yet, she has a power to suck the life out of the dead. She's going everywhere looking for Beetlejuice. She goes places we haven't seen Beetlejuice go, looking for him and sucking the life out of people. Eventually, she just walks into Beetlejuice's office. So if you knew where his office was this whole time, why did you just go there? Okay, put that to the side. When she finally finds Beetlejuice, not one person is in danger. You hear me? She doesn't get close to sucking the life out of Beetlejuice, which would make us feel empathy for what's considered antagonistic force, even though this is his movie. You know what I'm saying? He's still the one who's getting in the way of everything, right? So we don't get to feel any empathy for him, to see him almost die for real. She doesn't try to suck the life out of Lydia, who Beetlejuice is trying to marry again. And if her goal is to get her man back so she can marry him, wouldn't she want to fight the woman who was marrying him? She doesn't try to suck the life out of her. She doesn't even try to suck the life out of the daughter, whose name I'm finally remembering, Astrid. Now, not to say that she has a reason to suck the life out of the daughter, but it's the daughter, which means that Lydia would be affected and then Beetlejuice would be affected because Lydia is affected if she tried to suck the life out of the daughter. She doesn't try to suck the life out of anybody. She gets there and she's there for like 1 minute, and then a sandworm comes from out of the floor because they drew a door with chalk, and the sandworm eats her. What does she want? Because if she wanted to get her man, if she wanted to marry him, why did she poison him in the first place? I would think that she wanted revenge, because I would only assume that the way that she ended up in small pieces is that Beetlejuice chopped her up. So we watched you look for Beetlejuice this whole time, saw him running, scared, running, afraid of you this whole movie. And then when you finally find him, you just die within like minutes of being in there without even attacking anyone? What are the stakes in that? So I was pretty disappointed. I was pretty disappointed in the film, mostly because the original story had a full story and it was easy to invest in, no matter how ridiculous some of the moments were. And this 2 times leaned into the surrealism, leaned into the ridiculousness, leaned into the funny that did not land. Most of the jokes didn't land except for Catherine O'Hara, which was, baby, she was fantastic. Every joke from Catherine landed. But, you know, I'm a Michael Keaton fan. There is no Batman without Michael Keaton. But I just felt like all of it was just forced. And even some of the camera movements, we would stay on moments that had passed for some time. I don't know if they were waiting on the audience to finish laughing before they moved to the next thing. Nobody's laughing. Literally in my theater, there were like 3 people sitting right next to each other who were having a grand old time. And the rest of us were in the theater like this. But anyway, did you see Beetlejuice? Did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts? Drop them in the comments. And until next time, happy writing.
The professional pen. The